The silent shift that will replace you unless you see it first. Something strange is happening. Not loud, not obvious, not breaking news. Quiet, almost invisible. And that's exactly why most people are going to miss it. Not because they're stupid, but because nothing feels urgent yet. Your job still exists. Your business still runs. Your skills still work. For now. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The system underneath everything is already changing. And once it finishes shifting, it won't ask for permission. Think about this. There are moments in history where everything changes, but almost nobody reacts in time. The internet, smartphones, social media. At first they looked optional, even unnecessary. Then suddenly, they weren't. And the people who adapted early, they didn't just survive, they dominated. And now we're standing in front of another moment like that. But this time, it's different. Because this isn't just a new tool. This is something that learns. The first shift, AI will never be this bad again. Let's start with one simple idea. Right now, today, this is the worst AI will ever be. Think about that. Every mistake it makes today, temporary. Every limitation you see, already being worked on. Every flaw you laugh at, it's disappearing faster than you think. So the real question isn't, is AI good enough yet? The real question is, what happens when it is? Psychological resistance. Why people ignore it. Here's where most people fail, not because they don't understand, but because they delay. And they tell themselves, I'll learn it later. I don't need it yet. I'll wait until it's more stable. But that's how people lose. Because the cost of learning something new is always paid up front. Time, confusion, effort, and humans hate paying upfront costs. We prefer comfort, even if it costs us everything later. Shift, the real risk. Let's flip the perspective. Most people think the risk is using AI. It's not. The real risk is not using it. Because while you hesitate, someone else is learning faster, working faster, producing more with less, and eventually competing against you with a completely different level of leverage. The leverage idea, key insight. Here's the part nobody fully explains. AI is not just about speed, it's about leverage. The ability for one person to produce what used to require 10 or 50 or a full department. And once that becomes normal, the entire structure of work changes. Structural shift from roles to workflows. Right now, most businesses are built like this: roles, job titles, departments. But that's outdated thinking because businesses don't actually run on roles. They run on tasks, actions, processes, outputs. So instead of asking, who should I hire? The better question becomes, what actually needs to be done? And then, can this be automated? Visualization, cinematic explanation. Imagine a factory. Raw material goes in, processes happen, a product comes out. That's what every business really is. Input to transformation to output. But humans, we built systems around people. When instead of systems around outcomes, AI flips that. It forces you to think like a system designer, not just a manager. Brutal truth, hard conversations. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because once you see work as tasks, you realize something dangerous. Some of those tasks don't need people anymore. That doesn't mean people are useless. It means the standard has changed, and the people who adapt rise, the ones who don't get left behind. Adaptability, Darwinism frame. There's a rule that's been true forever. The strongest don't survive. The smartest don't survive. The most adaptable survive. And right now, the environment is changing fast. So the only question is, are you changing with it? Strategic shift. Automate yourself. Here's a powerful idea. You should be trying to replace yourself, not because you want to disappear, but because you want control. Because if you don't automate your role, someone else will. And when they do, you won't be needed. But if you do it yourself, you become more valuable, not less. New economy, bring your own agents. We're moving into a new kind of world where individuals don't just bring skills, they bring systems, automation, AI workflows. Imagine walking into a company and saying, I don't just work here, I am your entire department. That's not theory. That's where things are heading. Value shift, why this is huge. Because businesses don't pay for effort, they pay for outcomes. If you can deliver the same outcome with fewer resources, you become incredibly valuable or incredibly dangerous to competitors. Or training AI, critical insight. Now here's where most people mess up. They try AI once, get a bad result, and quit. That's like hiring someone, giving them zero instructions, and firing them after one mistake. It makes no sense. AI needs training, just like humans. Deep insight. How humans learn vs. AI. Humans learn through feedback. Do something leads to get rewarded or punished leads to adjust. That's it. AI works the same way, but faster, much faster. What takes a human months to learn, AI can refine in hours. Practical example, copywriting. Let's say you want AI to write for you. If you just say, write something good, you'll get something average. But if you say, follow these rules, use this style, match these examples, now you're training it. And the more you refine, the better it gets. Anxious competition, technology always wins. There's a pattern throughout history. It never changes. Humans with better tools beat humans with worse tools. Every time. From ancient weapons to modern machines to digital systems, this is no different. Reassurance, you're still competing with humans. But here's something important. You're not competing against AI. Not yet. You're competing against people using AI. And that means you still have a chance. Future value of risk. Now let's go deeper. If intelligence becomes cheap, if labor becomes abundant, then what actually holds value? Risk, decision-making, ownership, because machines can execute, but they don't choose. You do. Business shift. Every company becomes tech. Every business is becoming a tech business, whether they realize it or not. It's just like everyone eventually adopted the internet, email, phones. This is the next layer, and it's unavoidable. Opportunity, massive upside. Now here's the exciting part, because while some people panic, others will build new companies, new systems, new industries. Because when costs drop, creation explodes. Barbell strategy, two paths. So how do you position yourself? Think in two extremes. First, go all in, learn AI deeply, build with it, automate everything possible. Second, anchor yourself in things that won't change. Health, food, human needs, entertainment. Because no matter what happens, people will still need those. Human behavior, leisure explosion. And if machines handle more work, humans will have more time. And what do humans do with time? They consume, they watch, they scroll, they entertain themselves. That industry will explode. Dark reality, price versus cost gap. Here's a hidden advantage. People are slow to adjust prices. If something used to cost $2,000, they'll still pay $2,000, even if it now costs you $50 to deliver. That gap, that's where fortunes are made. Action frame, what to do now. So what do you actually do? Simple. Break down your life. List everything you do daily, not big tasks, small ones. Answering emails, writing messages, creating content, then ask, can this be automated? Start with one, then another, then another. Practical loop, how to learn fast. And here's the secret. You don't need to know everything. Just start. Ask AI, how do I automate this? Follow the steps. If you get stuck, ask again, step by step. Quote a powerful line, e-tutor. You already have access to something people in the past would have killed for. An unlimited tutor, available 24/7. That never gets tired, never gets annoyed, never stops teaching, and most people are ignoring it. Final analogy, the phase shift. Let me leave you with this. Imagine you've spent your whole life learning how to swim. You get better, stronger, faster. You can survive any wave, any storm. You feel unstoppable. Then one day, the water disappears, and suddenly, swimming doesn't matter anymore. That's what's happening right now. The environment is changing, not your skill. So the question isn't, are you good at what you do? The question is, will what you do and still matter? Because in this new world, the winners won't be the busiest or the most experienced. They'll be the ones who saw the shift early and moved before everyone else.